It's 16 minutes past 4. Now, Whirlpool has defended the way it's dealt with a product recall for tumble dryers that were identified as a fire risk. The company says it has achieved a resolution rate using repair rather than recall that's more than 3 times higher than the industry average. A committee of MPs, though, says Whirlpool's response to the defect has been woeful. More than 5 million machines by Hotpoint, Indesit and Creda were affected, and the Business Committee estimates more than 1 million potentially dangerous dryers are still in use in people's homes. Well, Labour MP Carolyn Harris is chair of the all-party parliamentary group of Home Electrical Safety, and I asked her for her view of how Whirlpool has handled the problem.
Well, they haven't very well. They haven't handled it at all acceptable. I've been trying to get contact with Whirlpool for about 2 years. I did manage to get one meeting where they tried to justify the work that they'd done. I believe the minister had managed to get one meeting with them, but they literally have buried their heads in the sand. They've failed to take responsibility. They talk to you about the number of engineers they've employed and the number of machines that they've replaced, but it hasn't solved the problem, as we've seen, to our great detriment. It's very sad that we are where we are, but Whirlpool have to be made responsible, and the government needs to make them responsible.
They've issued a statement today and they say that the way that they've handled it, repair rather than recall, has been vastly more successful than the average industry product recall, more than 3 times more successful.
I don't accept that. If you know that something is dangerous and is at risk to lives, which we know that these machines have been, in Wales, in North Wales, we had that dreadful case of those 2 young lads who lost their lives because of a tumble dryer. There is no excuse to repair.
Forgive me for interrupting, but we should say about that was identified as the door switch, which is a different problem to the one that's affecting these 5 million machines.
I accept that. But I mean, we know that there is a problem with these machines. We know that through what happened in Shepherd's Bush, what happened with Larknell House, that is, if we have an electric item which is dangerous, it is literally like having a ticking time bomb in your own home, and we cannot allow that to happen. There should be statutory recall, and I've been calling on the government to do this for a long time, and we get close to making decisions and then it seems to fall by the wayside. The time has come now, especially after this BEIS report. The government has to take responsibility. We need to implement Lynn Foleswood's recommendations for a start. You know, good professional people have looked at this and they say the same. This is a dangerous situation. We have to have product recall.
And Lynn Foleswood wanted things like a national product agency, didn't she? And a centralised public database and so on.
She did.
And you would like to see those things?
Most definitely. I mean, I would say that the government has made some moves in the right direction, but they've been hesitant to actually be out and out critical of Whirlpool. I think now they have to start to realise that they cannot cover Whirlpool in anything other than blame. They have to be made responsible. They have to come out and say, we are responsible, and they have to have a recall.
It's a wider issue than just Whirlpool, though, isn't it, this? I mean, which says that even when there is a product recall, something like only 10 to 20% of potentially dangerous products ever do get sent back.
Yeah, well, I mean, the problem is, it's the way the registration. We have this, the little box. We have a box with your electrical item in, and you open it up and you'll have a card in it. I'm going to put my hands up and say I have never, ever, ever filled those cards in. The reason why I haven't filled the cards in is because I know that the data they gather will be used to market me for other products, like insurance on the appliance or whatever. We need to have it where it's compulsory at time of purchase, where every electrical item is put onto a register so we know exactly where these items are. Then we have a problem of when you put stuff on the internet and we sell things second-hand in goods, that we have to find a way where we can keep a track of where these items are, especially if they're going into rented accommodation, because in rented accommodation they are put in tower blocks at great risk. If it's in the privacy of their own home, in a house, it's going to be less damage. It'll still be it'll be considerable damage, but it's a lot less damage than it is in a tower block. So we can't pick and choose. We have to say total recall is the only way, and we should have compulsory registration.
That was the Labour MP for Swansea East, Carolyn Harris.